I'm back. Today is a really important day for a Bitcoin because this weekly close is so important. It could mark the continuation of this downwards move or the beginning of a new uptrend starting from this week onwards. And I will show you what I have found and what I believe is going to happen next. And of course, we're going to talk about some altcoins, and also I'm going to draw the two winners for the $500. Let's go, guys. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in here on this Sunday. First of all, let's start with today's sponsor really quickly. It's again a Defi.Tech. And first up, let's tie this back to Trump's broader vision. Trump has made it clear he's all about financial innovation. Whether you love or hate him, the disruption will happen anyway. So, and the approach to the decentralized finance is kind of a forward-thinking step of Donald Trump. Now, with Defi.Tech, they have a really cheap valuation. Defi.Tech just reported record financial revenue of $100 million for this quarter with a market cap of only $615 million. Now, when you compare such a low market cap to the revenue that they made, and you understand a company that's generating so much revenue with a 3 times lower market cap, at some point the market cap will catch up to the revenue that they are making, hence why it is a good investment. So, and they also have an arbitraging desk. They just netted $97 million in revenue. It's also one of Pompliano's companies. For the people that don't know who Andre Pompliano is, he is one of the investors in this company and also one of the, I think he is one of the co-founders. And that's why also they have that profitable consulting firm that was actually funded by Antonio Pompliano. Sorry, this name is like a tongue breaker for me. So there is a link in the description if you want to check it out. They were sponsors here already before. They are solid. You see also here all these backers down here. But now let's get on with that show. So let's talk about really quick about the NIKKEI. The NIKKEI, tomorrow morning, we're going to know what the NIKKEI is doing. And depending on what the NIKKEI is doing, we know how potentially the rest of the week is looking here for us. But like I said yesterday, I expect that the NIKKEI is done dropping for the time being, and that we should get a rally back to the upside, so to speak, a relief rally in the NIKKEI. Most likely back to like 39,000 points here. And from there we have to reassess. But this will, of course, take a while. It will not happen in one single day. They will rally up here. But at the same time, it will put pressure on the dollar to go further down. And like I explained the other times, once this zone is breaking here, you're going to see Bitcoin rallying massively to the upside. And once we're getting below here the the 100 points mark, not dollar mark, you're gonna see Bitcoin breaking $62,000, $64,000. Now, when we're going to Bitcoin, here I have to warn you that at least this weekly close today could be a little bit tricky. Let me put it that way. It could be tricky because right now we have a CME gap. I have to pull this a little bit lower. Let's see, where's the current Bitcoin price? Okay, it's again at 64,000, so 54,000, sorry, we bounced. So now, if we open the CME later at current prices, then you know, guys, you know what's going to happen. Because CME will open around $54,000, there is a chance that we are risking to come down to fill the CME gap here, and only from there bounce back to the upside, which will put, again, a lot of pressure on altcoins, and you're going to see some of them slipping down for one last time. But I have a funny feeling that this CME gap will be left behind, or that we only fill it partially. Just like we just come down a little bit, turn around, and will continue to go higher. When we go to the Bitcoin weekly chart, things, of course, they are not looking really good here because we are below that big support resistance flip zone here of $57,000 to $59,500. And also we are putting in here now into cement that sell signal on the stochastic RSI. But the good thing is that with today's weekly close, we are somewhere close to the bottom here. So most likely we are kind of like here with the weekly close. And from here, I expect that we are turning around into next week. So next week, it will be really, really important for Bitcoin to come and reclaim the $60,000 level for multiple reasons. Not only because we need to reclaim that support resistance flip zone here in red, but also the 22 moving average that is now putting a little bit more pressure here on Bitcoin to the downside. But when we're going now into the lower, higher time frames, you're going to understand why I'm not really concerned about this right now. And let's start with here this daily chart in this downward sloping channel that we are in with the correction periods. So now we are 195 days, almost tomorrow, 195 days into this correction. And I had a look today and found something really interesting. When I go here to the relative volatility index, here down here in blue, every time when we spiked below the 20% level, it marked a bottom. So look over here. Sorry, my mic is a little bit here in my way, so that's why I have to go down with my head to see what is going on here on the chart. So down here, you see we spiked, it marked the bottom, we rallied to the upside. Then here again, it marked the local bottom, we came down, went a little bit sideways, then we got to move here again to the upside. Then here in this downwards move again, it marked the local bottom down here before we started rallying massively to the upside. And then, so now you have to understand, look at this here. Since we left that consolidation phase in October last year, we were rallying for how long? So we were rallying for almost 5 months. Now, rallying for 5 months without any major correction is, in my opinion, really, really outstanding. So it's I would not really say it's abnormal, but it was definitely unexpected for everybody to happen that way. Now, this 194-day correction has now also, again, on the volatility index, hit a low point here, and I believe this also marked another bottom. So that means we will not come back to like $50,000, not even to $52,000 in my opinion. We got close the other day to that level here, and you're going to see that here on this daily chart. So we got close, you know. So we got here to 52,600, but not 52. And I believe, based on the historic of that relative volatility index, that now the direction move is to the upside. So can we go a little bit more sideways here, like we did over here, after we marked the bottom down here? Yes, of course, that it could happen that we go a little bit more sideways here, but we should also factor in everything else what's going on in the world with the elections coming up. And we have never seen that we are not rallying into an election year and close to the election with almost under 60 days to go into the election. So markets have to catch up now massively in the US, and that's what they're going to do, in my opinion, from next week onwards, that they are starting to prop up the markets into the election. Hence why, in conclusion here, with the volatility index, I'm pretty convinced that next week we are starting to move here into higher levels here for Bitcoin. So now back to this daily chart. Also here, I don't believe that we come back and retest one more time here that green box that we were talking about now also for quite a while already. We touched it as expected, and now the next logical level for Bitcoin to go to is $57,000. Again, on the way to the upside. I don't believe that this will give us a lot of resistance. The next major resistance for Bitcoin will be here around the $60,000, $61,000 level. to the upside. I will show you also now in the lower time frames why I believe that this will be the case. And just something else that I saw earlier is that even if Bitcoin pulls back, let's say another $300 again, who cares, $300, at that point we would put in here a tweezer bottom candle, which would again mark a reversal on the daily time frame and would give us even more evidence that Bitcoin is getting ready to move here back to the upside. Now on the 12-hourly chart, also here, you can clearly see that on the stochastic RSI and also on the MACD, downwards pressure, sell pressure is getting weaker and weaker, and we are also getting here ready for a bounce. Another indication for that is that small consolidation here after that massive drop. And when you look then at the indicators and you are here around for a little bit more than a couple of months, then you know when you see something like this happening, that this usually is just the reaccumulation before you get a nice move here back to the upside into higher prices. On the lower time frames, what did I tell you guys yesterday with the 4-hourly chart? I told you there is a potential that we come down here to this, to these, there was another liquidation level that was taken out here, to these two over leveraged liquidation levels to take them out. But from there, we will also see a move back to the upside. So now we have over leveraged short positions, late shorters sitting up here. So it is quite logical to come soon to $55,500. And here, the most important level to reclaim will be $57,300 on the just for the 4-hourly chart, so that we are above the EMA ribbon. From there, most likely, we are going to get a small pullback into the EMA ribbon, into the middle of it, getting support from there, and will continue to rally also here to the upside, turning around. Let me actually get a little bit rid of this mess here. Turning around the 50 moving average, get close to the rate cut, our golden cross, and from there I don't need to explain you where we are going. Now when we're looking at the liquidation heat map, then also here you see below us, yes, like I said, here has built up a little bit more since yesterday, some long liquidity that could get taken out for the CME gap. But you see also here, there is so much liquidity above us, even just on the weekly chart, that the directional move here over the next coming days and in the coming weeks is definitely to the upside. So let's just switch this to a 3-month chart to give you the bigger picture here. So look here on a 3-month chart, below us, basically nothing. And the highest concentration here is $4 billion around the $70,000 mark sitting right now. So I'm not even counting all the liquidity that's sitting below us. That's maybe another $4, $5, $6 billion that is sitting here until we reach $70,000. But just imagine this short squeeze that is going to happen once we are getting into $70,000. So this will mark fireworks in my opinion, and could lead to an imminent spike into a new all-time high. So with a spike, I mean a spike, a wick really quick to the upside, and then we come back to whatever level we're gonna come back. We're gonna see that when it's going to happen. So now, also here on this 4-hourly chart with the MDX algo gradient, you see that we are now entering into a lighter blue phase here again, and that we have left, I hate that I cannot fix this while I'm drawing on the chart. So we marked here a take profit point from that chart here. So again, that's why I love this indicator. If you only trade with the buy and sell tags, you make already a shit ton of money. You know, so imagine you would have sold here in that big drop. Even if you would have caught it here only at the bottom, you know, of that drop, that sell tag, you would have made like 10% without leverage on that move to the downside. So, and that's why I like to trade with them. And now that we are entering here now, after we were in a green phase, back into a blue phase is also, sorry guys, I'm still a little bit my sickness that I'm not getting rid of, is showing me that momentum is returning back to the upside. And also here with the reactor indicator down here, you see we had here a bullish reversal indication that is also telling us here right now that we are trending back to the upside until, of course, the market is running hot here. So, and also here you see the supply zones. The biggest one is up here at $65,000, but of course that will take a little bit until we get there. But the imminent ones is here at 58,600 at the top, and then around the $60,000 level. And here you see that we have a darker and a brighter one. The brighter one is telling you that here is a lot of sell orders stacked up here, a lot of supply is sitting here. And that will make it hard for Bitcoin to break the $60,000 mark once we are entering in that supply zone. Now, when we're looking at the Bitcoin dominance is falling while Bitcoin is still kind of going sideways a little bit. So we see when we're looking here at my watch list here, you see most of the altcoins are green, but some of the altcoins that I'm trading, of course, they are. It's always like this, you know, the coins that you are trading, they're either here down in the red or they're somewhere here in the middle, you know. So my altcoins that I'm trading today, they're unfortunately not here in the top side for my day trades, you know. So my longer term trades is a different story because I have different entries there. So, but anyway, with the Bitcoin dominance, I believe from tomorrow onwards, we are going to see that the dominance will rally back to the upside, and that will also mean that Bitcoin is going to the upside. But again, that doesn't have to be a bad thing as long as you are not trading altcoins to make more Bitcoins. If you trade for dollars, it's absolutely fine because most of the altcoins will rally with Bitcoin to the upside. Again, 60% will mark most likely the top in the dominance overall if we are even get there. But let there be like a $2,000-$3,000 candle for Bitcoin in one single day, and I think we will be somewhere around the 58.5% level, so getting really close here already to 60%. Something else that I had to look at is how scared people are right now in the markets with everything what's going on. So, and we were yesterday at extreme fear. Now we are at fear, which still is telling you that where the sentiment is lying right now for the market overall. And every time when I see extreme fear or fear, I know exactly what to do, and I hope you know too. So because when I see something like this, what do? I buy. I open low leverage positions. I open small positions with low leverage, $200, 5x leverage. Let this run, you know. So until I give you an example, a coin is trading at $3. I wait until it hits $4.50, then I increase my position and also the leverage on it, because then my liquidation price is somewhere at like $2, I don't know, $2.50 or something, and then it's pretty safe, you know, that I will not get liquidated on that kind of trade anymore. So that's why I like to look here also at the fear and greed index sometimes to see where the sentiment is sitting, because I know when it's in extreme fear or fear, these are usually good levels to buy, especially for the long term. So now when we're looking at the total free market cap that excludes Bitcoin and Ethereum, also here, like I said yesterday, we got a bounce here from that green area. As expected, we actually retested $544 billion, that prior support level, which now acted as resistance. But also here by tomorrow, I expect this to break and see a continuation back to the upside, which will then also confirm that this was here a higher low. And then we only need to break $628 billion to get a higher high. Then we change market structure and will continue also here to break further to the upside. And guys, once again, if you don't have any money available and you want free money from exchanges right now, go to Bybit, deposit $100, claim a $500 free airdrop position on any of these coins that I mentioned here. I don't want that any one of you guys comes back to me and said, I wanted to trade, I don't know, docs or something, and my $500 disappeared. Only trade the coins that I mentioned here and take advantage of that as long as exchanges are throwing free money around. You can take the $100 off once you claim the position. That's absolutely fine. You don't need to use your own capital. So take any free money that they're throwing around with, and you still have 10 days to do so. Only 10 days, guys. So don't think about it. Do it now, because I believe that we are that close to the bottom, and potentially tomorrow you're going to regret if you are not have taken advantage of that offer. So go into the description and later into the comment section where I actually post a link for this. Now, when I had a look earlier on Ethereum, then what I wanted to pull up again was here this Wyckoff distribution schematic. So, and I think the last time when I looked at it, I got the timing a little bit wrong, so I adjusted it now a little bit. So, and what you can see here, just want to show you that, but I need to change the color for this, because otherwise you are not going to see anything when I draw here. So this here is marking here this BC. Here is UT, and then we entered the ALPSI phase. Here, there, down here. So now, while we are in phase E, also this should mark somewhere here, should mark the bottom. So do I believe that we will move here back to $2,150? I don't think so for Ethereum, that's going to happen. But you will have only confirmation when we break above this. Now I have to make this red again. This former support area, which will act now as resistance on the way back to the upside. So once we break here above $2,450, then you have a confirmation that this distribution has ended and that we are now potentially entering a Wyckoff reaccumulation pattern where we get a nice breakout to the upside. And of course, that has to start with a rally to the upside. So that's what I'm looking out for right now. Then with Solana, nothing really has changed. As long as we are here in that green zone, perfect investment entries, and also for low leveraged positions that you can build in this area. And also here, I believe that the worst is over, that we will not come back here below $120 again. Hence why I opened also some Solana positions here. And also, because we bounced off here on the 4-hourly chart today, multiple times off that downward sloping trend line here. So, and I'm gonna show you here in a moment why these trend lines are so powerful. Was on this chart? No, it was not on this one, but it's fine. So here, also Telegram. I believe this is the bottom here for Telegram. I don't believe that we get any lower than that. So if you want to open a position on Telegram, I think it's a good moment to do so right now. Especially also here with all the indicators are turning around. You have here a small bullish divergence that has not played out yet. This will play out when we are breaking this downward sloping trend line at $4. What is this currently? At $4.82. So we are like 1% away from this to break above that. And once we are breaking above that, you're going to see a nice move here to the upside over $5 immediately. Especially with the MACD here printing by today or tomorrow a buy signal, and also the stochastic here being at a nice level currently, tomorrow around 50%, which also makes the stochastic RSI bullish, and will be another indication that we are ready to move here back to the upside. So if you were thinking about to open a trade on TON, I think right now is a really, really good moment for this. And then Phantom is still fighting here with the 50 moving average, but you see we retested it today. Today or tomorrow we are going to break this. We are also here only 2% away from this. I'm also then definitely opening a trade on Phantom once we are above the 50 moving average. And if you only scalp trade this here to the upside to this downward sloping trend line of that bigger falling wedge, this is already almost 18% that you can make here on that specific trade. So now imagine you trade this with 10x leverage, 180% on one single trade, and this will most likely play out over the next 2-3 days in my opinion, because here stochastic was heavily oversold, RSI is also slowly getting into bullish territory, and the MACD also about to print a buy signal here, and the MDX algo gradients also ready for continuation. Remember, when you usually come here from a red phase and you go back into purple, then into blue, here in the past somewhere you could see that, here, there, over there. So here, this is similar, and then we had another red hot phase where we were running to the upside. So something similar, in my opinion, will be happening here over the next couple of days with a breakout out of that bigger falling wedge. And remember, the target of a falling wedge is the top of the falling wedge. Of course, don't expect this, because we're on the daily chart, to be happening in like a matter of days, that we get here to $1.15, but give it maybe 2 or 3 weeks. And I can imagine 2 or 3 weeks that we might be up here, you know. So this is, you know, look at this. From current prices, this is almost a 200% move. So, and that's why I'm building low leverage positions that I can scale later into higher leverage positions, like 20x or something, because of these kind of moves. So now imagine I trade this with 20x, 190%. That's almost 4,000%, 40x my money that I put on this trade. So, and you don't need crazy money, you know, to put on this trade. Imagine I put $400 on this trade, I will make $8,000. Oh, sorry, no, I will make $16,000, 40x. So, yes. So I will make $16,000 with $400 on this trade. That's why I'm saying to you guys, sign up on Bybit, you know, take the $500. You can make crazy, crazy money. You know, if you know a little bit how to trade, or you follow the trades I'm giving you here, you can make crazy, crazy money on trades like this. So now, here, that was the chart that I want to show you with trend lines, why they are so important, these downward sloping trend lines. So when we're looking at Link here, for example, this underlying channel that we had here is acting as support, while this, you see here, we broke out here, out of this channel. Then we had kind of also distribution pattern, came back now twice, tested the upside of this channel as support, and are bouncing off from here. You see also on the indicators, they are ready to go back to the upside. We got already buy signal on stochastic RSI. The RSI is spiking to the upside since we hit here $9.68. And now I'm going to show you why these big downward sloping resistance lines are so powerful, and why I like to trade them, and only enter trades when we're actually breaking them here. I have to go back a little bit. Let me actually see here. This one is actually fine. So now imagine here on this downward sloping trend line, you would have entered here on that break. So here you see there is another horizontal level kind of here. So you waited to enter until we broke this level here, and then you traded this to the upside, let's say to $21. That would have been already almost a 30% move, 28.5% more or less. So if you got lucky and you held it a little bit longer, you could have almost made here 40%. Let's say you were smart, you know, at $21, you set your stop loss there, and then when you saw it here retracing, you exited somewhere. So let's say you made like 32, 35% on that move. So that's why, and this is happening all the time, you know. So this is not like a once off that this was happening, you know. So I can go back here far, far, far back into the past and show you other areas from last bull run where this also happened, you know. So look here, big downward sloping resistance line. And then I'm just going to take that to the first major retracement. So here, let's say here again, you waited until we broke this. And then here you see, again, 55% before you got a pullback to the downside. Now, with the current downward sloping resistance line that we have, I expect also, at least when we are breaking here, that orange level, I expect at least a 50% move to the upside. So potentially even higher, 50, 58 here to like $18. That's what I'm expecting. So you don't even need leverage, you know. So if you trade like this, because what you can do is you can trade Link with this downward sloping trend line, and I can tell you some other coins will set up the same way that have not broken this downward sloping trend line yet when you get out of this trade. And then you scan through the charts, find another coin that's ready to break this trend line and roll over your money and keep compounding it that way. That is one of the strategies also that I teach in my educational program at AMCrypto.us, how you can actually effectively compound with certain strategies your money with stuff like this here, which looks so simple but is so powerful. So, and the last coin that we're going to talk about quickly is here COTI, and then we get into the giveaway, guys. I did not forget about it. COTI, also here, once we're breaking this downward sloping trend line, the first one here, expect that we are rallying into the second one. And once this is breaking, because COTI is so volatile, I also expect from COTI at least a move back to that wick up here, which is also over 50% move. And you see here also the indicators are lining up for this already. And we have here the MACD, I would say by Tuesday, printing a buy signal, but the stochastic is printing one today, and the RSI also putting in a bullish divergence. When you look at it here, upward sloping RSI, still downward sloping price, bullish divergence will play out once we're breaking here the 7.9 cent level. Oh, and I almost forgot, guys, if you want to stand a chance also to win on ZOOMEX, because I'm going to now pull here some winners. If you want to stand a chance here, this will only continue, I think, until the 30th of this month. So you have only also 3 weeks left for this, more or less. Go to ZOOMEX, sign up, deposit $100, and you stand a chance to win twice a week $500 here on this channel. So now I have again to pull up the random generator, numbers generator. I forgot to do this. Now let me pull some winners here. I hope some of you guys are on this live stream to win from 12 to 35. So let's see, the first winner, number 25 here, there. So 251574373. You have won $500. Congratulations. Send an email to my team, info@amcrypto.us, with a screenshot in your account that you own this account number, and my team will forward it to ZOOMEX, and they will credit you within 72 hours the $500 on your account. So let's get a second one. So it was 25. 33, the other one. Actually, let me mark this quick here, yellow, before I forget. 33 is over here. 251155683 is the other winner. Also, congratulations to you to win here $500. You two guys, or ladies, because we had also ladies already winning here. Send an email to info@amcrypto.us to claim your $500. Like I said, we're gonna forward this to ZOOMEX, and they're gonna take care of you. So everybody else has still a chance for the next 3 weeks to win here. And of course, everybody else that's signing up on ZOOMEX right now and deposits $100 will be also eligible for the upcoming draws. So I might take another draw. Actually, because I'm next week traveling, I have to do it a little bit earlier. I will do it, I think, Thursday. Yes. Thursday, I'm gonna draw one, and another one maybe Saturday. Yeah, Thursday and Saturday, maybe. Something in between there. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, smash off the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also hit the notification bell. And I hope to see you